Good morning, everybody. It's always better to tell the truth, and it's always better just to be who you really are, as opposed to trying to pose as somebody else. And it's really not good to teach about things that you absolutely positively don't know nothing about, and things that you absolutely positively have not gotten involved in. And in today's video, I'm going to teach you a story that's going to show you the fate of false witnesses and why it's so important to actually talk about what you actually know about and actually be involved, actually tell stories about what you actually have experience in, as opposed to trying to front. Because when you try to front, you cause a lot of grief to, and the most important person you're going to cause grief to is to yourself. So I want to encourage you all this morning to learn what you need to learn and stop trying to take credit for things that you don't actually have no skin in the game with, so that you can spend your time getting some skin in the game. And I'm going to show you the dire consequences of a young man who did the story in the Bible. I'm going to teach you about this young fellow who came in perpetrating and fronting, and how he ended up paying the ultimate price, his life. So I don't want that to happen to me. I don't want that to happen to you. And I want you to know that monetarily speaking, for years, for over 100 years, America, the United States Corporation of America, has stolen our identities and taken the credit for being us. And I want you to know that they're going to pay for that. All right. And I already got them paying for it. My family already got them paying for it. I'm going to teach you all how to get people to pay for it. All right. How you doing, Shane? God bless you. All right. So Shani, I'm sorry. How you doing, dear? All right. So everybody turn your Bibles and open it up to 2 Samuel chapter 1. 2 Samuel chapter 1. And let's get going with the story. And the lesson today is that why false witnesses fail financially. And let me give you a little background on the story. Good morning, Dr. Lynch. I'm doing good. God bless you. Let me give you a little background on the story. Saul has been chasing David all of his life. Saul finally gets killed in the war. He gets killed in the war. His son, good morning, Greg. How you doing? He gets killed in the war. His son, Jonathan, gets killed in the war. And David is heartbroken because these men have gotten killed, even though this man had been chasing David and trying to kill David ever since David was a teenager. David has had warrants on him all of his life, all the way from being a teenager up to being a young man in his 20s, and all the way up to this point when he's 30 years old. So Saul wants to kill him, but Saul can't kill him because God not allowing Saul to kill him. And David catches up with Saul a couple of times, and he can kill Saul if he wants to, but he refused to kill Saul because he respects the status that Saul has. Saul has status with God because God anointed Saul king. And even though David knows he's next in line, he's like, I'm not going to get it on my terms. I'm going to get it on God's terms. So everybody, let's put GT in the chat to get started. Some of you all, the only thing that's going to abort your ascension is if you try to get it on your terms. Don't get it on your terms. Get it on God's terms. All right. So everybody put GT in the chat. I'm going to start it off because I know that the way up is God's terms. It ain't going to happen on your terms. You say, but Ricky, it's taking too long. It ain't going to happen on your terms. You say, Ricky, I don't like the folks I'm dealing with. It ain't going to happen on your terms. You're like, Ricky, I don't like these marks that's bothering me and agitating me. Well, it ain't going to happen on your terms. You say, Ricky, I don't like this job I'm at right now. It ain't going to happen on your terms. You're like, Ricky, I don't like this business I'm in right now. It ain't going to happen on your terms. You say, Ricky, I want to live life on my terms. It ain't going to happen on your terms. All right. You're not going to get God's ascension without God's terms. I hear what I'm talking about. So you go ahead and you accept it. You accept God's terms so that you can get God's ascension. One of the reasons why God blessed us to be multimillionaires is because I had to do it based on his terms, not mine. All right. I hear what I'm talking about. I had to let a whole lot of stuff go with people who have tried to bring about my demise, and people who have tried to kill me, just like people tried to kill David. Little punk marks and stuff that's gonna step to me because I'm saved and ain't gonna get them back. I hear what I'm talking about. So I didn't have to deal with a whole lot of stuff. And God is like, okay, you're gonna have to deal with things based on my terms, not on your terms. I hear me. So David, he understands that. He like, God allowed all this stuff to happen. He allowed me to be chased by this mark all these years. He told me not to get back at him. He did. See, this is the difference between men and women of God and heathens. Listen to me good. All you heathens, listen to me good. All y'all that hate people guts and want to get people back, let me help you right quick. All right. If you a man and a woman of God, this is what you want. You don't want revenge. What you want is redemption. All right. You don't want revenge on people. You want redemption for people. Are you listening to me? Jesus said, forgive them because they don't know what they're doing. And believe you me, these marks don't know what they're doing. You say, Brother Ricky, they do know what they're doing. These tricks is lying on me, cheating on me, fronting me off, trying to cause me grief. I'm not talking about they don't realize what they're saying. I'm talking about they don't know the motive behind what they're doing. Why? Because demonic people don't realize they got demons in them. They don't know. They think they have an audacity. A lot of time they act like God and got them acting like that. You dig what I'm saying? So people don't know what they're doing. Why? Because they out of control. So we don't want revenge on people. We want redemption. Are you hear what I'm talking about? Redemption, not revenge. Are y'all hearing what I'm saying? That's God's terms. God's terms is redemption for folk, not revenge. Why? Because if it wasn't for God having mercy on you, you wouldn't be redeemed either if you're redeemed. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? Are you listening to me? Are you hearing what I'm saying? The Bible says, if anybody asks you just who I am, say, tell him that I'm redeemed. Anybody asks you just who I am, tell them I'm redeemed. Yeah, I'm redeemed by his blood, washed in the Lamb. I'm redeemed. I'm redeemed. I'm redeemed. Ain't no way in the world I'm gonna be redeemed, and then I'm gonna be wanting revenge. That don't make no sense. If I go for revenge, then I got to give up the redemption. Are you hearing me? And I don't know about you, but I'm glad God saved my crazy behind. Are you hearing me? I ain't giving up my joy for nobody, my peace for nobody, and no circumstances. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? So David is in this state of mind when his men, when Jonathan and Saul are killed. He's not happy about it. He's sad about the fact that his best friend just got killed in a war, and that Saul didn't have better sense. He feels sorry for Saul. Are you hearing me? You talking about how do you feel sorry for somebody who's been trying to kill you? You got to have some spiritual sense to understand what I'm talking about. Are you listening to me? Flesh and blood, y'all ain't listening. This ain't gonna come through to no flesh and blood person. This only gonna come through to a person who got a relationship with God, really appreciate the relationship with God, understand the way that you got where you are is because your relationship with God. Know that if your enemy could have got you a long time ago, they would have got you a long time ago, would have sifted you like wheat a long time ago. Know you be in a insane asylum someplace right now sitting up. Know you be somewhere right now tooting some cocaine or drinking some Henny hand because you can't deal with the vicissitudes of life. But you know you got all this peace, you know you got all this joy, you know you got all this direction, you know you got it from God. So since you know you got it from God, you're about redemption. You're not about revenge. Are you hearing me? Why? Because you don't want no revenge coming in and interrupting your redemption. Are you hear what I'm talking about? So you don't want no redemption interruption. Everybody put it in the chat. NRI. No redemption interruptions. Are you hearing me? Don't let nothing and nobody interrupt your redemption. Now you hear what I'm saying? I'm teaching y'all today about false witnesses. Don't worry about that. Teach you today about liars. Don't worry about that. Teach you today about perpetrators. Just don't be one. Are you hear what I'm talking about? No redemption interruption. Don't let nobody interrupt your redemption. Are you hear what I'm talking about? Tell them that you redeemed, baby. Anybody actually say, why are you so nice to people? Because I'm redeemed. Say, why are you so peaceful? Because I'm redeemed. Why you got so much joy? Because I'm redeemed. Why aren't you trying to get back at these marks? Because I'm redeemed. Are you hearing me? I'm not focused on that. I'm focused on what? Redemption, baby. And if what? Anything, I just want to increase the redemption. Redemption produces gratitude. Gratitude produces an amazing amount of confidence. Confidence reduces an amazing amount of resources. And now you're able to what? Distribute stuff all over the world and help people. Why? Because you ain't caught up in that foolishness. Are you dig what I'm talking about? Are you listening to me? Are you hearing me? Get your revenge all the way to the bank, baby. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? Get your revenge all the way to the bank. Get your revenge all the way to the bank. Get your revenge all the way to the bank. Are you listening to me? All right. So David is sitting at the crib, and now Saul and everybody did. He don't really know what happened yet, because he wasn't there when it happened. So here come a young cat. Here come a young perpetrating fraud about to roll up in David's crib and give a fake account of what happened to Saul. David don't know this mob and don't know what happened to Saul. This dude is about to preach his own funeral. So here are 3 things I want you to write down real quick. All right. This is what happens when you are a false witness. Number 1, false witnesses pretend. Number 2, false witnesses preach. And number 3, false witnesses perish. All right. So number 1, false witnesses pretend. Number 2, false witnesses are always preaching. And number 3, false witnesses perish. So don't you worry about the false witnesses in your life. All right. Because what they're going to do is they're going to show up. They're going to pretend like what they're saying is the truth Two, they gonna definitely preach because false witnesses got big mouths and lie a lot and lie to everybody that listen to them. And then number three, they gonna perish. You ain't got to worry about that. You ain't got to worry about they are going to perish. Nobody's going to survive walking around faking like they're somebody else. All right, listen to me. You say, Brother Ricky, how do you know that? Right as we speaking, as I teach you all live, we got false witnesses that come on here acting like they me. I mean, right in the middle of the live, trying to get you all to send them your money. Why? Because they false witnesses. What? But they preach. They do it every day. Every single time I come on here, they making up fake pages as we speak. Why? Because they fake people. They false witnesses. What is a false witness? A person who pretends to be somebody else. That's what a false witness is. Are you listening to what I'm talking about? And you got plenty of false witnesses in your life. You say, Brother Ricky, ain't nobody trying pretending to be me. Do something worthwhile. I said, do something worthwhile. I said, do something worthwhile. And you're going to start finding out how many false witnesses are around. Only reason anybody faking like they you because you ain't doing much to help nobody. Start doing something to help somebody. Start doing something to help somebody. Watch what happens. These Vicks come from all out the woodworks. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? Why? Because they false witnesses. They want credit for what they haven't done. That's what a false witness does. Because they what? Oh, yes, I'm the great pretender. Remember that cut? These marks are pretenders. Are you hear what I'm talking about? Not contenders, pretenders, not contenders. The Bible said, contend earnestly for the faith, not pretend perpetratingly for the faith. Don't be no pretender, be a contender. Are you listening to me? Be all of who you are. Are you listening to me? If two of us in a room and we both just alike, one of us ain't necessary. Are you hear what I'm talking about? If there's two people in a room, we both just alike, one of us ain't necessary. So it don't make no sense to be showing up somebody else. Are you hearing me? Be all of who you are. Are you hear what I'm talking about? Let God investigate yourself. Find out who you really are. Are you hear what I'm talking about? Stop investigating other folk. Investigate you. There's a whole lot about you that you ain't discovered about you, especially when you're trying to be somebody else. That's what's false witnesses now. They don't know nothing about themselves. Why? Because they ain't investigated themselves. They're investigating everybody else, trying their best to what? To emulate and pretend to be another person. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? Are you digging what I'm saying? So it's time what? Be yourself. Everybody put BY in the chat. All right? Everybody say come on, put in the chat. I ain't gonna teach you nothing else. BY. I want to make sure I'm talking to single-minded people today. And if you're single-minded today, you're gonna really get some help. When you leave up out of these courts today, you can really ask, come on, BY, be yourself. Come on, let's go. We got at least 10 people here that promise to show up as one person. Come on, Carlos. All right, come on, be yourself, Carlos. Come on, Nicole, be yourself. Bernard, come on, be yourself. Kendra, be yourself. Come on, Joy, Sabalas, be yourself. Be yourself. Come on, Manny, be yourself. All right, come on, Joyce, be yourself. Everybody else taken, baby. All right. One of God, be yourself. Come on, Dee, be yourself. Come on, Leo, be yourself. Be yourself. They say, Rick, why you wearing them pimp hats when you're talking all the time? Why you meddling in my business? I got a question for you. I'm like Jesus. You ask me a question, I'm asking you one. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? Jesus said, who do men say that I am? Jesus said, who do men say that I am? They said some people say you John the Baptist. Some people say you a liar. Some people say you did. So he looked at his boys. He said, man, he said, who do you say that I am? Peter said, man, you the Christ. You the Son of the living God. He said, flesh and blood didn't reveal that to you, baby. See, Jesus know who he was. So he didn't come in here trying to pretend he was somebody else. You hear what I'm talking about? And he didn't care. He wasn't about to back up from who he was just because some of them marks didn't like it. Why? He said, I'm the Son of the living God. Are you hearing me? He said, I'm the Alpha, the Omega, the beginning and the end. Before the universe was, I am. Man, the mark said, God is not your daddy. Your daddy's name is Joseph. Your mama's name is Mary. You're 33 years old. You come from the hood. You're talking crazy. He said, no, you just don't respect who I am. But don't worry about it, because one day every knee gonna bow and every tongue gonna confess. You confess who I am then. One day you're gonna fess up, partner. Why? He said, because I know who I am. And don't worry about people not knowing who you are. One day they're going to know. One day they're going to know. Oh, yes, they are. One day they don't. Just don't you pretend and become another person, because why? People don't like the person that you are. Are you listening to what I'm talking about? Are you listening to me? Don't you let down. Don't you start becoming another person just because the folks don't like the person that you are. You let them know you can kick rocks with your socks, baby. You dig what I'm saying? It is what it is around here. Why? Because one thing I ain't going to be no pretender. You hear what I'm saying? So let's watch this pretender as he shows up. And as he shows up on the scene, here comes the great pretender about to bring a whole perpetrating story about what happened to Saul and what happened to Jonathan. But before we go any further, I do have an announcement, and that's if you all want to come out tonight and be a part of my private Zoom tonight. All you have to do is just announce the word money, and you can come tonight. Okay? Excuse me. All you got to do is put the word money in the chat, and you can come to my free class tonight. I said I wasn't doing no more free classes. I said I wasn't going to do it, but God told me to do it. I said I wasn't going to do no more free classes all year. That's what I said at the beginning of the year, and I meant it when I said it. But if God tell me to do something different, I'll do it. I'll change it. So he told me to go ahead and teach y'all. So y'all can come to class tonight. You ain't got to pay no money. I'm going to show you our $1 million check, how we got it, show you how you can get one. I'm going to show you our $1 million check, how we got it, and how you can get one. All right? And God told me don't teach no more free classes, make everybody pay. I said, well, then he said, okay, well, it's okay. I said, okay. All right. So I'm willing to adjust. You know, if God tell me to do something, I'm willing to adjust. So y'all welcome to come out tonight. Just put money in the chat. The link can be sent to you. And just come on out. You ain't got to pay no money to come. You can even share the link with your friends. I think Zoom holds like 1,000 people. So you can share the link with y'all friends. And you ain't got to pay no money to come. It's tonight at 6 o'clock. You ain't got to pay no money to come. I'm going to teach y'all about the International Monetary Fund. So that's why you want to put money in the chat, because the class tonight is the International Monetary Fund. It's in my, you got to come to the Zoom to get it. I put everything on the screen, show y'all what's going on, show you how you can get down. All right, so let's start where this young man shows up acting like he's somebody else. And tonight when I'm talking to you all, I'm going to show you how to stop being the fake person you are, how to file your papers right so you can become the real person you was born to be. Because right now you all are pretenders. Y'all walking around, you're not the person that you was even born to be. That's why you can't get your money back from the International Monetary Fund, because y'all not the person that you're supposed to be. So I'm going to show y'all how to stop being pretenders, okay, and become the real person. I'm going to show you what you got to do. All right. So here's 2 Samuel chapter 1. It says, now it came to pass after the death of Saul, when David was returned from the slaughter of Amalekites, and David had abode 2 days in Ziklag. And it even came to pass on the 3rd day that, behold, a man came out of the camp from Saul with his clothes rent and earth upon his head. And so it was, when he came to David, that he fell down to the earth and did obeisance. All right. And David said unto him, from whence comest thou? And he said unto him, escaped out of the camp of Israel I came. All right. David said unto him, how went the matter? I pray thee, tell me. Now David don't know what happened. He answered that the people are fled from the battle, and many of the people are also fallen and dead. And Saul and Jonathan, his son, are dead also. All right, so here comes the great pretender. And he comes in here and he's gonna put on this Academy Award. He think he Denzel. He think he Jamie Foxx. He did. He think he's an Academy Award winning actor. All right. So he comes in with this Academy Award winning behavior. You think he Lawrence Fishburne. You did. You think he Will Smith. So he comes in and he says, listen, it was a fight going on. Everybody, he said, and Saul and Jonathan got knocked off. He's so busy acting until he not paying attention. See, this is the problem with pretending. When you're pretending to be somebody else, you think you slick, but you're not slick. When you're pretending to be somebody else, you are seriously unalert and you're not paying attention to what's going on with the person that you're talking to, because you're so busy, wrapped up, tied up, and tangled up in your con game. Are you listening to me? This dude is so busy trying to get the Academy Award, he ain't paying attention. How you know he ain't paying attention? Because he says that tell David that Jonathan and Saul are dead. He don't see David jumping up and down, doing the Cabbage Patch and doing the circulator. It's time for this. He don't see no reaction out of David that shows that he's happy about this. He don't see no reaction. That should have been a warning sign. All right. So everybody put WS in the chat. When you're talking to folk, pay attention to their reaction to what you're saying. Look for the warning signs. Thirsty people with these terrible, jacked up presentations, these pretenders. Are you hearing me? I get these kind of presentations all the time with folk. These people, the only person they're thinking about is themselves. Are you hearing me? So they come in with their concocted stories, and they can look at you. They ought to tell that you're looking at them like, this punk can't put cheese on a Whopper. Ain't talking about nothing. Right? They ought to be able to see in your reaction, they need to change that story. You know what I'm talking about? But they ain't got enough respect because they so wrapped up, tied up, and tangled up in the story. He ain't what? He ain't looking at the warning signs. He over here telling them, man, Jonathan dead and Saul is dead. Like he about to get paid. Some of these presentations y'all be doing like you about to get paid. You ain't about to get paid. You about to get laid. What? Laid out. I hear what I'm talking about? On the ground. Are you hearing me? Out of these business streets. Off the map. Are you hear what I'm talking about? Self-extinguished. Are you hearing me? Put yourself, knock yourself out. Why? Because these presentations be some buster presentations because they be lying, acting presentations. Folk act like they on 63rd when they what? When they on 43rd. Are you hear what I'm talking about? 43rd Street. Everybody put 43rd in that chat because I'm talking to everybody today who acting like you're on 63rd and you're on 43rd. Come on, it's time to graduate from 43rd. Everybody put 43rd in that chat. If you know one person in your life, if you know one perpetrating fraud in your life who rolling up on you, talking slick, and you know this Mark can't put cheese on a Whopper, put 43rd in that chat. Anybody got some 43rds in their life? I'm gonna put it down because I'm running to them just about every week. This Mark from 43rd. Trying to acting like he on 63rd. There ain't no 63rd. You on 43rd. What? 43rd Street can't put cheese on a Whopper lane. I ain't hearing me of perpetrating fraud, fake acting Mark. You ain't got nothing, a pot to pee in or a window to throw it out of. And actually coming in and doing a presentation. I ain't hearing me. When you ain't got no work ethic, and when you ain't got nothing to really bring to the party, and all you got is perpetration. So you got to be an actor, but you're a bad actor if you're talking to anybody with some character, because when you're talking to people with character, we ain't G'ing for it. Why? We ain't G'ing for it. Why? Because we already got resources and we worked hard to get our resources. So when you roll up, we know you ain't got no resources because we can look at you and we can smell that baby breath on you. You hear what I'm talking about? We know you ain't been through nothing. We know when people been through something, they know you ain't been through nothing. When people been through something, they know you ain't been through nothing. Are you hearing me? I'm teaching you today about being a false witness, because the first thing about a false witness is that they pretend. Are you hearing me? I'm warning you to look for the warning signs when you're talking to somebody and we already an experienced warrior. We done been through the doggone fire. Are you hearing me? He talking to a warrior. Are you listening to me? He talking to David. David is a warrior. David ain't no poop butt. He ain't no dude just a roll up on with no little fake 43rd Street story. Are you hearing me? 43rd Street story. All right, so let's see how David responds. David ain't said nothing yet, and my man just warming up. He like, all right, let me see how long I can keep up with this fake lie and see how far this gonna get me. He think he finna get paid, but he ain't about to get paid. He about to get laid. He ain't about to get paid. He about to get played. I hear him talking about. He ain't about to get paid. He about to get displayed. I hear him talking about. He about to get his head chopped off. All right, he said. So he came down. He did this fake man bowing down, this fake obeisance to David. You know, David like, what's up, partner? He like, man, so he say, Saul is dead. He say, Jonathan is dead. And David said unto the young man that told him, he say, how you know that Saul is dead and Jonathan is dead? So everybody listen to me. When the pretenders show up to you and they start giving you so-called advice, because this dude basically is coming to David to like give David the skinny, to like pull David's coat, to like enlighten David. You know how the busters are. They ain't got no real news. They ain't got nothing to really offer. Whatever they getting ready to do is all fabricated. And then they want to see how far they can get away with it with you. Listen to me, kings and queens. The first thing you do is say, well, how do you know that? All right. Then you'll start really being able to see beyond the layers of the lies, because lies have layers. All right. Everybody put LOL in the chat. Not laugh out loud. Layers of lies. All right. Come on, put it in the chat. At least 10 of you all. I'm teaching you how to discern folk when you're dealing with perpetrating frauds. All right. So some of y'all done gave y'all money to some of these marks that be faking like they us and all that. You ought to have more wisdom than that. All right. You from these streets just like I am. Are you talking about? You ought to be able to see through layers of lies. Are you listening to me? Are you hear what I'm talking about? Some of these marks acting like they us. DM me, and then I'm gonna talk to you. That ain't me talking to you. I don't need you DMing me for nothing. What I'm gonna tell you to DM me for? All right, I ain't sending you no messages telling you to DM me. I got some advice for you. That's a perpetrating mark. That's a 43rd Street dude. I hear what I'm talking about? And they doing what? They got layers of lies. I hear what I'm saying? The first lie they tell you is, hey, we'll get you started with an account. if you send your information over here. What the hell I want your personal information for? Use some common sense, okay? All right. Do that even sound like Brother Ricky? That I would be invading your life like that? I've been live for 7 years. I ain't never asked you for nothing. Why in the world would I start doing it now? I don't never. My attitude don't ever change. I'm the same person every day. I hear what I'm talking about. And you deserve to be treated with some dignity and some honor. You deserve to have teachers and coaches in your life who the same person every day. Are you hear what I'm talking about? From every day, the same person every day. Are you dig what I'm saying? Who's this talking about? Please delete me from this. Why are you on here talking about delete you? Just get off. See what I'm talking about? With this fake cartoon character you got on here. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm talking about? Just nonsense. You hear me? Don't let that stuff distract you. Just erase these bums and keep it moving. All right. So this is a grown man station. Don't come on here with no fool. I check you. You walk down the street, one of your eyeballs being fell out. Don't play around with save, folks. We ain't no joke. Are you hearing me? We got Holy Ghost gangster army up in here. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? Don't bring us no whole bunch of foolishness. We can see straight through you. So when y'all dealing with people, I'm commanding y'all, all you people of God, stop being so doggone gullible. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? Stop being so gullible. Stop being so gullible. Stop. Look at the layers of lies when you're dealing with people. Are you hearing me? I command you upon the authority and the power of Jesus Christ, the Son of God, for God's people to stop being punks. Are you hearing me? Stop being docile. Are you listening to me? Stop being gullible. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? Stop letting people just bring us any old kind of nonsense and drop it off in our lap and we G'ing for it like it's legit. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? I command you. Are you hearing what I'm saying? To be alert. And this Bible says, knowing at times it's high time to wake up out of sleep. So you know you're dealing with a pretender, because the pretender don't see the warning signs. They just keep on talking. And what they do, they start building on layers of lies. Layers of lies. All right. So here he comes on. He done started this lie, and now he's gonna start building layers on it. So David say, he say, how you know they did, man? All right. So he said, and the young man that told him said, as I happened by chance upon Mount Gilead, behold, Saul leaned upon his spear, and lo, the chariots and the horsemen followed hard after him. All right. He said, and when he looked behind him, he saw me and called unto me. And I answered and said, here am I. Now this dude, I'm telling you, he's going for the Academy Award. Now you listen to me. He said, Saul is in the middle of the battle. I'm laying back in a cut, And when Saul saw me, he said, man, I'm dying, man. Can you come help me out? All right. So if this idiot had any sense, the first thing he would have thought of is that this dude is an Amalekite. All right. So the Amalekites is who they fighting. First of all, he got some serious balls to be showing up at David's crib. He the enemy. He ain't even no child. He ain't even from the Israel camp. He the people they was fighting. Are you listening to me? It's amazing. Listen, people of God. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? These busters today ain't even in our camp. And then they show up. They don't love God. Ain't got the spirit of God. Don't care nothing about God. And then show up in your camp and try to give you a report of what's going on with God's people. Are you listening to what I'm talking about? They not even qualified to even be given no report. But David is letting us do what? He's letting them preach. Why? Because it's two things. The first two things that a perpetrator do is that they pretend. The second thing they do is preach. David is letting them preach. Why? Because David know he's preaching what? His own funeral. Are you listening to me? If y'all don't cut this nonsense out, if y'all don't listen to me, people of God, if you don't know about something, hush. Don't speak on things you don't know about. I hear what I'm saying. Don't let your tongue cause your flesh to sin. Don't let your mouth write a check your butt can't cash. Are you listening to me? When I was about 8 or 9 years old, this little dude, some of y'all know this story, but this little dude named Demetrius was always picking on people. So one day he was slapping a little dude around. So I rolled up on him and said, hey, man, why don't you pick on somebody your own size? So he's like, yeah, dog, I thought you never asked. Now, Demetrius is about 16, but he in third grade because he's dumb as hell, right? He done failed about 7 times, but he's strong as a bull. I ain't like this punk because I don't like bullies. I ain't never liked bullies. I know almost every fight I've ever had because somebody's trying to jump on somebody else and I jumped in it. So I ain't like this punk. So he was strong as hell though. So we started fighting and I couldn't fight him because he's too strong. So he got me on the ground. He slapped my face around like a hockey puck. And then finally somebody called my brother, Jerome, come running over there. And I said, man, get this dude up off me. He said, no, roll over, Ricky, roll over. I'm like, roll over. Roll over. Roll over. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I couldn't breathe because the dude was on my chest. And he's strong as hell. He's like 16 in third grade. I couldn't do nothing with this mark. This mark way too strong for me. Smacking my face around. So finally, Jerome snatched him up off me and threw him up off me. And I was like, man, why didn't you get that dude, man? What you doing? We supposed to whoop him together. He said, who started the fight? I said, well, I did. I said, what they got to do with it? He says, got everything to do with it. I'm like, what? He would be jumping on people all the time. And he said, I asked you a question. Who started the fight? I said, I did. He said, okay, well, if you start something, you're going to need to learn how to finish it, right? Don't let your mouth write a check your butt can't cash. I was like, that's philosophical dude. But you know what? He had a point. Don't start and then you can't finish. Don't start stories and all that sort of thing. Don't let your mouth write a check your butt can't cash, because once you start pretending, you start preaching. That's the first two things about what? A perpetrator. They pretend and then they preach. That's why they always talking. Yak. Always talking, always in the middle of something, always making up and fabricating stories. That's why you, man of God, you, woman of God, that's why you're supposed to be on here live teaching like I teach. Why this light go out like this? Hold on a second. I don't know why my phone just got dark. All right. So that's why we're not supposed to be silent. We out here in these streets ain't saying nothing. You got all these liars out here doing all the talking. That's messed up. Why? Because they messing up and misdirecting people. Are you hearing me? So let's get on top of our game and let's shut the mouths of these liars. Why? Y'all come out to woodwork any given hour. It should be at least 100 to 200 to 300 of us live talking. We're talking about the people of God. Are you listening to me? You're supposed to be live on here teaching something. I should be able to look on and pick my television program, because you on Instagram, you'll be live in a few minutes. You on Facebook, you're gonna be live in a few minutes. You on YouTube, you're gonna be live in a few minutes. All of y'all just teaching amazing things. Are you listening to what I'm talking about? In your different fields, whatever it is that you do. So what? I can be like, okay, well, I got a super professional right here I can go to for that. I got another professional I can go to over here for that. I got another professional I can go to over here for that. But instead of y'all being out here live like you're supposed to be, you got these pretenders, false prophets, fake perpetrating tricks out here. You dig what I'm saying? And they out here talking, they all, 100 miles an hour, running off at the jibs. They ain't talking about nothing. Everything they doing, they making it up. Are you hearing what I'm saying? The stuff don't be biblical, it don't be sound, it don't even make no sense. Are you hearing me? It ain't got nothing to do with real life or nothing. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? And then y'all being silent and stuff, that bothers me. That bothers me. I'm like, what's going on around here? Why are we so doggone scary? What's up? That bothers me. Are you hearing what I'm saying? But it should bother me, and it should bother you. It should bother you that you got something inside of you that you ain't using. That should bother you. Are you hearing me? You say, why you get up and teach so much, Brother Ricky? Because I'm bothered on the inside. I'm bothered when I look at God's folk and see what kind of nonsense we putting up with. That bothers me. And I'm like, we got to get out here in these streets and help somebody. Are you hearing what I'm saying? So here is this Mark, he putting on layers of lies. And here is David just listening to a story, letting them lie. Okay. So everybody put LEL in the chat. All right. Yep. Come on. Everybody put LEL in the chat. And I'll teach you the next point. Let them lie. Okay. Let them lie. Let them lie. Let them talk. Okay. When they roll up on you and they talking, let them lie. Why? Because let them build up their case, because they ain't doing nothing but preaching their own funeral. So let them lie. Go ahead. Put it in the chat. LEL. You said, Brother Rick, when they start talking, man, should I jump in? No, don't jump in. Let them lie. All right. Go ahead. I'm telling you wisdom. All right. I'm telling you wisdom. Use David's wisdom. David let him talk. Why? Because David is going to deal with this dude when it's over with. All right. David is about to close this sale. So you all don't understand the psychology of biblical living. The psychology of biblical living is that we open relationships with people that we want to be bothered with, and we close sales on folks we ain't going to have nothing to do with. So y'all got it backwards. Y'all be opening relationships with people that you should be closing sales with. And you be closing sales on folks you should be opening relationships with. Are you getting, can I run it by you one more time? You know why we got a lot of money? Let me turn this light back on because it's got dark over here. I don't like the way I'm looking at y'all. Let me see. The sun must have went down or something. I didn't want that glare in the back. Let's see if I don't want that glare in the back, but it's too dark on this side. So all of us got to help each other. All right. So y'all listen to what I'm saying? Are you hearing what I'm saying? Does it make sense? Are you getting it? Put GI in the chat if y'all getting it. I want to make sure I'm not talking over your head. You let them lie. All right. Let them lie. Go ahead. Let them go ahead and say what it is they're saying. Let them go ahead. Why? So they can build a case for you to close the deal. All right. So y'all dealing with too many liars in your life. Are you listening to me? Let them lie enough so that you can close the deal. See, you don't want no open relationships with liars. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? You don't need their relationships. Are you hearing me? They blocking your money. That's why you got a lot of financial problems, because you got a lot of liars around you. Let them lie. Let them lie. Let them build up enough of a case. So what? So you can close the deal. David is about to close this deal. That's why you think David don't know this trick lying? With all the discernment David got, you think David don't know this trick is lying? David is letting him lie. David could have cut his throat out of his mouth the first few seconds. But David need what? He need justifiable reasons to close this deal. Are you hearing me? So y'all don't understand the difference between closing deals and opening relationships. You don't understand the difference because you all have not been taught. Y'all been taught by the world. The world is out here teaching sales. The world made these terms up: closing deals, leads. I closed the deal. Another lead. Human beings are not leads. Human beings are not deals. Human beings are human beings. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? And when you close a deal, so-called close a deal, that means that you just closed a relationship. When you make a sale or somebody buys something from you, that ain't closing nothing. That's just the beginning of a relationship. You keep hearing me say it. Why I keep saying it? Because you got to be taught out of the thirsty way you live, and that's the way the world lives. The world is thirsty. The world is thirsty. The world don't understand that God has unlimited resources. Are you listening to me? Are you hearing what I'm saying? The way the world operates is they will operate from a lack mentality. That's why they lie so much. Why? They lie so much because they lack. When you lack, you lie. When you lack, you lie. When you lack, you lie. Why? Because you figure lying is the only way you can get what you want. Why? This guy figured the only way he gonna get in the good graces of David is he gotta lie. He don't know David. If he knew David, then he could have just came and said, "Man, I'm hungry. I rolled up over here. Saul got killed in the war. Jonathan got killed in the war. I'm from the enemy's camp. I'm just asking y'all if y'all can have some mercy on me." That's the way he should have came. All right. So everybody put CC in the chat. Man, come correct. All right. Come on. Everybody put CC in the chat. So come correct. Are you hearing me? When you come into people, just come correct. Just come the way you really are. Don't come in trying to act like you're somebody that you ain't. Are you listening to what I'm talking about? It ain't even necessary. Just come correct. Why? David is a merciful man. This dude is from the enemy's camp. But if he had showed up and just said, "Man, I'm from the enemy's camp. I know y'all be chopping our heads off. I know you the next man in charge. I'm just asking you for mercy." All right? I'm just asking you for mercy. Anything I can do? Can I sweep some floors around here? All right? Can I wash some dishes? You dig what I'm saying? Can I clean out some pig pens? You know? Got a little spot from... Can I have a minimum wage job to start with? What the heck? Can I do an internship? All right? You hear what I'm talking about? It's amazing how people roll up on folks with great status who have been through the fire, done all the hard work, and now they want to roll up in and get a top-notch position and lie their way to the position. Are y'all listening to me today? I said, are y'all listening to me today? Are you hearing what I'm talking about? That is so butt backwards. That stuff don't work. What? It don't work with no real men and women of God. We ain't in for that. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? No. You don't just roll up and get some. Come correct. Are you hearing me? Come, tell him, Henry, come on, Carolyn, tell him to come. Come on, Joy. Sabalas, tell him to come correct. Come on, Lloyd, tell him to come correct. Come on, who else? Tell him to come. Put CC in that chat. Where y'all at? Albert, tell him to come correct, because somebody been approaching you. Lauren, you tell him today, come correct. Come on, Kendra, tell him to come correct. Come on, Florence, tell him to come correct. Somebody's coming to y'all with nonsense. Come on, Joyce, tell him to come correct. Come on, So Gifted, tell him to come correct. Come on, White, tell him to come correct. It's just showing up, just coming up in here with all that perpetrating stuff because they want a spot. This dude want a spot. Hey, listen to me. He trying to secure a spot that he don't deserve. He trying to secure a spot he ain't got coming. He's trying to get what he ain't got coming, so he gonna get what he do have coming. Are you listening to me? Don't preach your own funeral, my brothers and my sisters. Don't preach your own funeral. Ain't nobody getting away with nothing. Just come correct. You don't deserve it yet. Are you hearing me? Don't want nothing that you don't deserve. Don't want nothing that you don't deserve. Don't want nothing that you don't deserve. Only want what you deserve. Are you listening to me? Come correct. Only want what you deserve. Man, when you come into people, always want to be the secondary beneficiary. Don't never want to be the first beneficiary. Are you listening to what I'm talking about? Secondary beneficiary. Secondary beneficiary. Everybody put SB in the chat. Y'all got to get that in y'all spirit. You keep hearing me teach it, but you got to get it in your spirit. Because if you don't want to be the secondary beneficiary, you're going to end up being a liar, and you're going to have layers of lies, and you're going to be an actor and a pretender. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? Come on, everybody put SB in the chat, secondary beneficiary. You say, what are you talking about, Ricky? Come in and do something first, and then benefit from what you did. You can't get no benefits. You can't be the primary beneficiary. You can only be the beneficiary when you're the second. You got to do something first. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? You don't come in and just perpetrate. And then everybody's going to give you something. Don't nobody owe you nothing. And really teach this to y'all kids. Really teach this to y'all kids. All my kids have to earn whatever they get from me. It don't make no difference about the fact that I got some money. All right, you want some money? Okay, this is what you need to do. You want some money? This is what you need to do. Okay, you want some money? This is what you need to do. All right? Get up off that thing and do something. Anybody giving you nothing? Why? Don't nobody owe you nothing? Y'all grown men and women. Hey, listen what I'm talking about? You making your decisions, doing what you want to do at your time. And then if you got the blessed enough to be in a family with an entrepreneur, and you see how they spend their time productively and what they do at their time, and you observing that, then all you got to do is just get in line, do the same thing, and have the same results. But if you want to trick your time off, and you can't take my advice, how dare you not take my advice and ask me for my money? All y'all enabling y'all kids and stuff. They coming to y'all. They not coming correct. They actors. Are you listening to me? Academy Award winners. Are you hear what I'm talking about? In your house, in your lineage. You done did all that hard work. David done put himself in a position he in. David earned that position. Are you listening to me? And this dude wants to come in and what? It's just like in baseball. When somebody they hit the ball and somebody like miss it, drop it, it's called an error. So if somebody gets on base, then the next guy gets up and hit the ball, and a guy, he drops it. That's another error. So somebody else gets on base. So then another person hits the ball, and the guy drops it. So now you got 3 guys on base. Are you hearing me? And ain't nobody even got a hit yet. So they take the pitcher out like it's the pitcher's fault. Okay. So then they go and get another pitcher and bring him in. So the pitcher got 3 runners on base already. So the next guy gets up, crack, hits a home run. All right. So 4 runs score. But 3 of those runs were what? Unearned runs. Are you hear what I'm talking about? Unearned runs. Everybody put UER in the chat. Unearned run. That's what people want. People want to come in and they want to run up something that's unearned. All right. URE. Put it in the chat and teach your kids this. Like they start asking you for stuff. You say, no, man. No, you want some unearned runs. You want me to run something to you that you ain't earned. Right? UER. Tell your family, teach your family. All right. Save your family's lives. Stop allowing your families to be perpetrators. Make them responsible. Are you listening to me? Make them responsible. Just stop geeing for whatever they say. They come up and like, no. That's an unearned run. Are you listening to me? No. Somebody got a hit and all them people scored. Everybody running around the bases. Yeah. And the pitcher, that poor pitcher, that makes your earned run average go up. Are y'all hear what I'm talking about? All right. So my man is over here. He trying to get some unearned runs. He trying to what? He trying to run at David with stuff he ain't earned. And he over here lying his behind off. You hear what I'm talking about? And David just wasn't letting him lie. David ain't stupid. David ain't slow. David is letting him lie. He thinking he about to get some unearned runs. What he really finna get is he about to get his head pushed back to the white meat. And all David doing is letting him lie. So let's see how the story, let's say how it ends up. Okay, let's go. Let's wrap it up. He said, I happened by chance. This is him lying. And if you wonder where we at, we're in 2 Samuel, the first chapter of 2 Samuel, where David is finally getting some relief from running from Saul. But let's finish this up. He said, a young man that told him said, as I happened by chance upon Mount Gilboa, behold, Saul leaned upon his spear, and lo, the chariots and the horsemen followed hard after him. Boy, he is painting a picture. It's a lion picture, but he painted it. He going hard at it. He said, and when he looked behind him, he saw me, and he called unto me. And I answered, here am I. All right. So here's where this dude's lie is starting to unravel. Why? Because David and the Israelites, the last person in the world they're going to call on is the enemy. Are you hearing me? He's an enemy. And he says that Saul is in trouble and that he called for him. What the hell is Saul going? See how poo butts are? You see how they try to build themselves up? Are you listening to what I'm talking about? See how perpetrators are? See how they try to build themselves up? See how frauds are? See how they try to build themselves up? See how little poo butts who can't put cheese on a Whopper are? You see how self-aggrandizing this story is already? And he talking to David who chopped off Goliath's head, David who, Saul killed his thousands and David killed his 10,000s. David who paid a dowry with 2,000 foreskins of the Philistines. Are you listening to me? David ain't no punk. David said, before I even get married, he said, I'm going to pay a dowry for my wife. Are you listening to me? He said, well, bring me 1,000 foreskins of the Philistines. That's what Saul said. Think he going to get David killed. David said, I'll play you some foreskin poker, player. I'll raise you. I'll call your 1,000 and I'll raise your 1,000. I'll bring, was it 100? He said, anyway, he said, I'll bring you twice as many as you want. It might have been 200 foreskins. I can't remember if it was 200. Anyway, he paid for his wife. So this ain't no joke. This dude have close hand-to-hand combat with the enemy on a regular basis. And this dude is one of them enemies. This dude who ain't got no juice, who ain't got no pedigree, who ain't got no resume, who ain't never can't bust a grape, ain't a nobody trying to make himself into somebody. Why? Because that's the way perpetrators are. They ain't nobody. They ain't got no skills. They ain't got no talents. They ain't done nothing. They just want to do. They want to ride on you. Right? The only thing they got is a tongue, and with a lion tongue, and you ought to be able to see through it. Are you listening to me? Y'all got way too many of these people in y'all camp. Way too many. They ain't earned nothing, and they work for y'all in y'all businesses, they in y'all lives, they in y'all ministries, they in all kind of stuff. You like, this trick ain't about nothing. They ain't did nothing to earn nothing about nothing. You dig what I'm saying? They just showed up. And when they start flattering you, you start letting them kick it. And you can tell they lying. Why? You just like the flattery. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? When you like flattery, you can tell. You said it was 100 foreskins. Thanks a lot. I appreciate that. It was 100 foreskins. David doubled up on them. So you can tell these tricks is lying. But when you like flattery, when it makes you feel good, David don't need nothing to make him feel good. Them 200 foreskins, that made him feel good. Your work ethic is what gives you self-esteem. So when you got good work ethic, you don't need nobody to make you feel good. You're like, I felt good before you showed up. Hey, listen to me. All y'all that's teaching, all of y'all that's coaches, all of y'all that's got programs, would you please stop letting these perpetrating frauds up in your stuff? And they stroking, they ain't got nothing to office up a stroke. You hear what I'm talking about? Clarence Carter, I be stroking to the east, stroking to the west, stroking to the one that you know better. I be stroking. You young folks don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I'm sorry. Now do your homework, all right? You need to be 50 over. You ain't never heard that song, all right? I be stroking. Dude's name is Clarence Carter. I be stroking. This dude over here trying to stroke David. Trying to stroke David. David is unstrokable. Are you listening to what I'm talking about? David done been through hell. Are you listening to me? David been on a run for the last, since he was a teenager. Are you hearing me? And none of this stuff moving him. He let them talk, though, because he letting them build up his case. So let's see what happens. So my man lying, talking about Saul called for him. So ain't nobody called for him. He's a nobody. Why in the world would Saul be calling for him? All right. So, and he said, what happened? He said, he said, so he called me. He said, and I told Saul, I said, here am I. And he said unto me, who art thou? And he said, and I answered him, I am an Amalekite. And he said unto me, Prince, and said unto me again, stand, I pray thee, upon me and slay me, for anguish is come upon me, because my life is yet whole in me. He said, listen to this, Mark. Are y'all listening to me? Listen to this trick. Listen to this buster. You hear what I'm talking about? Listen to this self-aggrandizing jerk. Are you listening to me? This boy say he called after me and begged me to kill him. Let's just let that fester for a second. He said, he talking about Saul, the king of Israel. He talking to David, Saul's protege. And he roll up on David and talk about David's people to David. This is so disgusting. And let me talk to all my black folk for a second. Now, everybody that's black, listen to me good, because we got this bad as a race of people. You'll let white people, hear me good, you'll let white people walk up to you and talk about black people to you like you ain't even black. All right? And this ain't no indictment on none of my white friends that's listening. All right? I'm talking about overall because we done came through slavery. So if you got a problem with me talking about what I'm talking about, then kick rocks at your socks too. All right? Because this is a serious problem in the black community. Black folks think white ice is colder than black ice. It's disgusting. Like, listen to me. It's some slavery nonsense. They come from the pit of hell with all this nonsense that our grandmamas went through, our great granddaddies went through. How dare you sit here and act like somebody is superior to you and like you inferior to somebody else? How dare you let somebody white walk up to you? I'm talking to all my black brothers and sisters listening. How dare you let somebody white walk up to you and start talking about black folk to you? Are you kidding? You know when they start talking about black folk to you, the minute you leave, you knucklehead, don't you know they're talking about you? Did you hear what I said? I said, you little poo butt. Did you hear what I said? I said, you little perpetrating fraud, you little sellout. Did you hear what I'm talking about? When they get through talking to you, they go out and start talking about you if they have the nerve to talk about your people right to you. Are you listening to me? This little sissy, this little punk got the audacity to be talking to David about Saul like David ain't even standing there. Are you hearing me? He said Saul is such a punk until he could ask the enemy to come kill him. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? Do you see how disrespectful this is? I said, is that disrespectful? Everybody put TD in the chat. That's disrespectful. Let me start that out. That's disrespectful. Everybody put TD in the chat. Is that disrespectful? Man, that's disrespectful with a capital T. That's disrespectful. Did you hear what I said? That's disrespectful. You're going to tell me, you're going to sit here and talk to me. You the enemy. All right, I'm not talking, and when I'm making this correlation, I'm not saying white people are the enemy. I'm just giving y'all an example about how messed up black folk are. We so messed up to somebody, a racist person can walk up to you and talk about your people to you, and you sitting there with your step and fetch it butt listening to that nonsense. Scratching with, I had a job where I was selling furniture, and it was a white guy that owned the store. So he had a son, an arrogant little white boy. And he had a brother that worked there that had been working there kissing their butt for years. So I'm a very good salesperson. Y'all already know that because I teach y'all on a regular basis. So if I come in your store and I start working for you, you about to make some money, some real money, because I know how to talk to people. All right. I know how to talk about the number one in the nation, almost everything I ever did. I was like, if I worked for a company, I was like the number one cat in the whole country. I ain't bragging. I'm just talking about I know how to communicate with people. That's why I'm teaching you how to communicate. Are you hearing me? Wow, because the proof is in the pudding, baby. Are you listening to me? So I was just learning what to do, becoming acclimated, and I was about to help them people make a whole lot of money selling furniture. But his son was a jerk. His son was a real spoiled brat jerk. All right. And I don't know, it might be a little racist or something too, but I think he was just more of a jerk than he was anything else. All right. Just disrespectful. He said things he should not say. He was very condescending. All right. And I was like, hell to the no, you ain't about to talk. I'm not having that. All right. I'm not kissing nobody's butt for no money. I'm not coming up in here I'm not G'ing for that. Are you hearing me? Because I know I got skills with a Z. Right. And I know if I work for somebody, you just as blessed to have me as I am to have you. All right. Everybody put EB in the chat. These are equal blessings. Come on. Some of y'all, all the butt y'all kissing, dealing with folk don't make no doggone sense. Where's your dignity at? You need a doggone tic-tac kissing all that booty. Everybody put EB in the chat. These are equal blessings. When you come in and you working with somebody and they about to make a whole bunch of money off of you, they just as blessed to have you as you blessed to be there. It's equal blessings. Are you hearing me? And you tell everybody you meet for the rest of your life, man, it's equal blessings around here. You ain't gonna be talking to me like that. All right. You ain't gonna be treating me like that. It's equal blessings. Okay. You blessing me, I'm blessing you. We equally blessing each other. All right. It's equal blessings around here. All right. You about to get paid. I'm about to get paid. We all about to get paid. But you ain't gonna be talking to me like I'm some type of dog. You dig? Like, cause I just got to have a job from you. How the hell you think you talking to? Are you hearing me? So what? I'm a felon. So what? I was homeless. So what? I only had $50. I still had some dignity. Now you hear what I'm talking about? I ain't had no money, but I had some dignity. Now you hear what I'm talking about? So this little boy said something smart to me. So I said, man, let me tell you something, Opie. You better take your little country behind back to Mayberry. I don't know the hell you think you're talking to. Until Aunt B and Barney and Gomer Powell and the rest of them, tell them all